Thank you for staying with us. It's Friday edition of Your Business Nigeria. Here are the stories we're tracking for you at this time. Cash crunch hurts businesses as Naira scarcity lingers. United Nations projects 50% growth rate for Africa's e-commerce sector. Asian stocks gain as prospects of China recovery and Fed caution. Now, on our interview segment today, two robust conversations as usual will lead the conversation. We'll start with setting an agenda, which we've started since yesterday, but this time around will be around Nigeria's power sector, with a view of assessing contending issues and reforms expected of the incoming administration to resolving these issues. And on the other half of the show, we'll shift our focus to analyzing the performance of the capital market as stockbrokers settled for a new government. Welcome to the show. Let's start with some news making headlines across the world of business. First, we'll begin with cheering news from the nation's capital, where the Supreme Court moments ago ordered that the old 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1,000 Naira notes remain in circulation till December 31st, 2023. The Apex Court nullified the federal government's Naira redesign policy, declaring it as an affront to the 1999 Constitution. Justice Emmanuel Agim, who read the lead judgment, dismissed the preliminary objections by the defendants, the Attorney General of the Federation, Bayelsa, and Edo States, insisting the court has the jurisdiction to entertain the suit. The Apex Bank held that the President Muhammadu Buhari, in his broadcast, admitted that the policy is flawed with a lot of challenges, adding that this has led to some people engaging in trade by barter in a bid to survive. The court described the president's disobedience of its February 8th order as a sign of dictatorship. 16 states of the Federation instituted the suit to challenge the legality or otherwise of the introduction of the policy. The 16 states, led by Kaduna, Kogi, and Zamfara, prayed the court to avoid the set aside the policy on the ground that is inflicting hardship on innocent Nigerians. Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State and Kogi counterpart Yaya Bello were in court to witness the judgment. Let me talk to my colleague now, Celestina Iria, who was there at the court today to take us through the proceedings. Now, Celestina, how are you today? And it's really good to see you. Take us through what played out today after two adjournments. I know we've been following this so closely, but what played out today, and at the end of the day, we are getting this result.
Well, Tolu, the Supreme Court today carefully and judiciously decided on the matter brought before it. In this very case, we cannot say there's a victor and a vanquished because it's justice for all, and the judgment favors every Nigerian that has been affected with this cash crunch. Which means this judgment means that the old Naira note, the 200, the 500, and the 1,000 Naira note remains legal tender. So whoever is still in possession of those Naira notes can go out there, can buy things with their currency. So what the Supreme Court said today, now the president erred in his directive, wherein he only stated that 200 Naira notes should be brought back into circulation, and also the court held that the president ought to have consulted his cabinet, the National Council of State, and also the Economic Council, that it is a democracy and not a dictatorship. And the president also portrayed a characteristic of a dictator when he disobeyed the court order of February 8th, wherein the court stated that all status quo should maintain, that the old currency still remains legal tender. And the president, by his broadcast, flouted that order. And also the directive given by the CBN on the expiration of the old Naira note, the time given was very short, 3 months, and the Supreme Court said it was just given by press release. No national broadcast was made, no time was given for the readjustment of Nigerians to accepting this policy.
I saw the governors reeling out the reason why they needed this to be addressed, talking about the negative impact on the people. And Governor El-Rufai said it clearly that this is not for politics, that is about the impact on the people. Now the election has been contested and won. What is your take around that? What did you get to hear from them? Tell us more about that, what this is impacting negatively on the lives of...
Yes.
Take it away.
Okay, well, Tolu, he said that some persons were saying that this Naira note is targeted at a particular political party, that the policy was made by the CBN with the directive of the president, and Mr. President is a member of the APC. So it's not as though it was a policy against APC itself, that though the president made the directive, but he wasn't properly guided. So the election was conducted and a winner has emerged. So what it means that everybody should go back to their various duties and expect that in the coming election, which is going to hold by March 11th, everything will be in order. And they expect that the president will obey this order, because the last time the Supreme Court gave an order, he flouted it. But they, as his cabinet, will give him the right advice to ensure that this order is obeyed and appropriately implemented.
Well, a lot of work there. Thank you so much, Celestina Iria. We'll keep a tab on you, of course, as our events unfold, and let's see how compliance will be. That is something that is very important to me. Now, the CBN making these notes available side by side with the new notes so that they can coexist. Thank you so much. Do enjoy the rest of your day.